What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today we're taking a look at this right here. This is the LePro AI Smart LED table lamp. It is an RGB+IC red, green, blue independent control addressable LED lamp with the ability to connect up to your Amazon and your Google assistants. Of course, through the app, you'll be able to adjust this. Plus, it has a lot of other cool features with voice to help with your mood or whatever you need. So if you need just a reading lamp or something to celebrate a milestone, that's what this lamp will do. And we're going to talk about it next. Out of full disclosure, LePro did send me product to review, but they have no say in how I am reviewing it. All opinions are my own. If you go over to geekazine.com/review, you can find out all my policies and procedures. And of course, if you have a product that you want me to review, all you have to do is contact me. What we have here is the LePro AI Smart LED table light. It looks like a gyroscope. Unfortunately, it doesn't do the spin thing like a gyroscope, so keep that in mind. You can manually turn these independently to kind of position it, but it won't automatically do it. There's no motors in there. But what this does is it's got 3 rings of LED lights in which you can position in many ways. You can flatten them out and make one big ring light if you wanted to, or you can spread them apart and give it a little bit more width in the lighting. Of course, it will allow you to do different colors. In fact, like I said, it's RGB+IC controlled. There are 196 addressable LED lights within this whole thing that you can control. So different colors, as you can see on the box: yellow on that inner ring, the blue on the second ring, and blue on the third ring. You can change that all. But the other thing is, with the app, you can not only change everything, but you could also, with the AI assistant, tell it your mood and it will change the lights appropriately. So pretty interesting. We're going to give it a try, but let's first of all unbox this. Okay, so inside here, it's probably going to pull all out together. Yeah, there we go. We do have some instructions on the bottom. There's the instructions right there. Set this box aside. Inside here, inside the cardboard, we have a standard plug. And then, of course, the light itself. The light is in some styrofoam. So that's the first level of padding. Let's get that out of the way. And then we'll go ahead and take the plastic off. And then it looks like it snakes through. So we'll just do that. And that. And that. And then the middle piece, which is the stand itself. So we have the stand, which is what you would plug in. Inside the stand, you'll notice that there's 3 pins that don't bend those. And then, of course, like I said, we have the gyroscope looking item, which of course you can turn and bend. You got the pins on the bottom right there. That's what's going to match up to here. And there are 3 holes in the base here. And there's 3 holes on this, which you will then match together. So we'll go ahead and match those like so. There we go. All right, so a little bit of pressure there, and then of course that is now on the base. Now, what we're gonna do is we are going to plug it in through the back, and it instantly lights up. That's pretty cool. So it's now lit up. We can move everything around if we want to. It's sitting in its first state. You cannot. It doesn't turn this way. This is going to be one ring. This will turn this way, and this will turn this way, but this will not turn this way. You could turn the base, but that's pretty much it. So, all right, so here it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our app, and from the app, we're just going to hit the plus button to find it. And it says that there's 1 device detected. We're going to check. And that's the TB1. That's this one. So we're going to choose the TB1. and say add now. And it is now added. As you can see, it's going through some color shifts right here. Now we can go into the app and we can call it the table lamp. Table lamp sounds good. And we'll say done. And it's saying we want to put this onto a 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection. If you don't have a 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection, of course, you'll have to set up your router for that. Another thing to consider is if you have Wi-Fi 6, sometimes these devices have a hard time connecting to the 2.4 gigahertz side. So it's might be a good idea to set up guest Wi-Fi on the router to the 2.4 gigahertz side. That's just 2.4 gigahertz. All right, so I have the table lamp on the app here where I can do additional functions, like for instance, the microphone. Give me reading mode. And now it just turned it into a reading lamp for me to enjoy a good book or whatever. Now, let's say I want to party. It's actually switching it up, so it will go into some sort of party mode, and it gives you different options here. So I can do it this way, and then I'll have this. I can have a confetti-looking LED right there. Simulate fireworks. And this is one of their ideas for fireworks. This is another one of their ideas for fireworks. And you're getting the idea. I can brighten it or I can dim it just like that. So there's a very dim look of the fireworks. There's a very heavy look at the fireworks. Now I can do a photo prompt. So I can take a selfie. So I can bring this in and flip this around and go. It'll take that picture and it will put that in there, and that's what it responded to whatever that picture is. So, which is not too bad here. There's a lot of presets here. So like for instance, with the independent control, you can control all these lights right here. So I can hit a segment, like let's say in the middle right here, we're going to change the purple to blue right there. You're noticing how it's turning to blue. And then this one right here, we're going to change that to green. So all of a sudden, and these are all in segments. So you'll just basically tap on the segment and then you can change that. We've got a red over here. So let's also change that to green like so. And you can have, there's still a little bit of orange there. So you can really change this up. You can say, hey, let's breathe that, or let's leftward it, which it means move to the left, and we can go to the right, so it goes the opposite direction. We can create gradients, all that other stuff. Like I said, these are not going to move unless you move them, so you could set it like this, or you could flatten it out like so. And once again, it's an interesting ring light, but you can have a lot of fun with the patterns, with the ideas, and give it a little bit of definition. Plus we have, like the music mode and the speaking mode. If I go into here, we can go flash mode, we can go wave mode. So every time that I talk, it's creating a meter for what I'm saying. And I can change this into different things. That's laser mode. This is another laser mode. You can really just get the light going however you want to. You can even edit some of what they're calling the GPMs, which make this easier to get whatever you're looking for. Of course, if you want to turn it off, you can turn it off on the app. Turn it on the app. If you say, turn off the light, it'll do that. And of course, with your Amazon Echo or your Google, you basically say the command word and say turn on the light and be able to set up this light and run this light from there, which is pretty cool. That is the TB1 from LePro. They have two different versions of this. This is the gyroscope. They also have a music note one, which doesn't move at all, but looks pretty cool when you put it on a desk in a background. If you're a gamer, just have this around and get a nice little global look, or flatten it out and make it into a ring light. This is the TB1. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, you guys geek out and shine on with your LED lights. Let's party like it's 1999. Geek out, folks.